Very good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Singapore Table Tennis Association Centre in Toa for finals day in the Crocodile Challenge Cup 2020. And we're straight down to action on table one with the semi-final in the P1 and P2 category. You're watching Thaddeus Lim of Aron School in the red and black, and Rwei of the red swastika school in the green over on the far side. And you can see number one seed is being run quite close here early on. Thaddeus Lim, who reached this semi-final stage by getting the better of Lian Yanshe, Raphael Lowe and Zainong. This most prestigious of events that has been paired with the Crocodile clothing brand for 10 years now, which is a wonderful association, and our thanks to them. And throughout the course of this morning and this afternoon, we'll be playing out the remaining semi-finals and building up to this afternoon's big finals, where the youngsters are playing for big prizes both for themselves and for their school. Well, that was some explosion from the number one seed Thaddeus. He went from 6-4 to 11-4 and taking out the first game. And you can see, actually, I don't know whether we can, I don't think you can pick this up on the camera, but what's interesting is that the boys aren't allowed to have their parents in. The boys aren't allowed to have their parents in. So what's happening is they're all setting up cameras on the table, and the parents are video calling them in between games. So Thaddeus is just speaking to the right. You can't quite pick it up on the shot. If you just go to the right there, you can see Thaddeus is speaking, I'm assuming either to a coach or his father, on the phone via video call. One thing that COVID-19 has done is it's made people think out the box, and obviously with the parents and coaches not being allowed here, Thaddeus getting some coaching on the video call, having taken out that first game 11 points to 4. So Thaddeus in a best of 5 leads 1-love. Great shot though from Rwei with that forehand to draw first blood in the second game. Well, this is a promising start from Rwei. Oh, wonderful stuff from Sean to take out the first 3 points of this semi-final. Sean himself was involved in a 5-game marathon against Heng Ping, the number 13 seed, but he got the better of that. Relatively straightforward for him yesterday in beating David Teu in straight games, and on Wednesday he began his campaign with straight game success over Felix Chang. But the number 4 seed, Rwei, having lost that opening game 11-4, is proving very competitive in this second game. Oh, look at that explosion off the back from Rwei. That was a really well-worked point as well. And interesting, Thaddeus just briefly has lost his way in this game, and more good work from Rwei makes it 6-1 in the second. So number 1 and number 4 seed in this semi-final in the P1 and P2 category at the Crocodile Cup, really going at it. That time Sean unable to find the table, and I wonder now whether we'll see Thaddeus Lim, as he did in the first game, just go through the gears. It went from 6-4 to 11-4 in the blink of an eye in the first game, and now he's back to within 3. Thaddeus of the Aron School and Rwei of the red swastika. Oh, great return. How did he get that back off the net cord? And the point goes to Rwei. going for his shots, Sean Lay, being very aggressive, but very quietly. Thaddeus has got himself back into this game. Now only trailing by 2. He has trailed by as many as 5 in this second game. As soon as he invites Sean to take it on the forehand, the pace of these points really hits off. Marvellous work. Great from both players, and Thaddeus Slim comes out on top in the best rally of the match so far to draw within 1. A reminder, we'll be showing you the semi-finals of both the P1, P2 and P5 and P6 category before the P1 and P2 final scheduled for 1 p.m. for the boys and 1:40 p.m. for the girls. And then at 2:30 it's the P3 and P4 final for the girls, and 3:10 the P3 and P4 final for the boys. And likewise for P5 and P6 at 4 o'clock and 4:40 this afternoon from this wonderful venue at the Singapore Table Tennis Association. Meanwhile, in what could be a pivotal second game here, we're tied at 8 each. Great reaction from Thaddeus initially to the net cord, but Sean Lay has recovered well from being blitzed at the end of the first game. And that's another great effort to bring about game points for Sean Lay. Just missed there. I wonder if that'll come back to haunt him. He's got another game point on his own serve, and he'll get a chance to put it away, and put it away he does. And just like that, we are tied at 1 each. A wonderful response from Sean Lay, having lost the first game 11-4. He's won the second 11-9. And once again, Thaddeus is coming to speak to his father. You can just, I'm assuming it's his father or coach on that video call. That's modern technology for you in this age, where I remember coming to this event a couple of years ago and the auditorium was packed with parents, coaches, friends and family. Obviously that's not possible this year with the Singapore Table Tennis Association doing such good work to ensure this event took place, but under strict COVID protocols, and that has meant that some of the players are speaking to their coaches by phone in between games. Meanwhile, young Sean Lay is just in his own thoughts. He's not talking to anyone, just trying to keep himself warm. Incredible. These youngsters, remember, under 8 age category, so strong. Well, Sean Lay is starting this third game like he started the first. Really strongly. Every time he goes onto that forehand, he seems to have a shot. And interesting that Thaddeus is continuing to play to that forehand strength. I think he thinks he's got his measure. But again, the forehand put away every time he gets that forehand with some elevation on the ball. You fancy him to win the point. One shot too many there, though. Thaddeus clearly inviting him to try and make his shots, as the net cord helps out Thaddeus there. So that's a very quick blast to open up a 2-point lead. Back to within 1 on the Thaddeus limb serve. Thaddeus in black and red, Sean in green and blue. And we're tied at 4 each. This one has got the makings of a 5-game thriller at the minute. Lovely work on the forehand again. I haven't got the percentages in front of me, but I think he's probably operating about 60 or 70% on those forehand winners. And it's a tactic that's making him more than competitive in this. The number 4 seed at the moment is leading number 1 seed with a 6-4 lead in the third game. Best of 5, remember, you're watching live on One Play Sports in the Singapore Table Tennis Association final Sunday in the Crocodile Challenge Cup 2020. Guest of honour, Mr. Gang King Yong, the Minister for Health, will be joining us later to present the prizes to these youngsters who are playing for themselves and, of course, their schools. Ai Tong School and Red Swastika School represented here. But Sean Lay has recovered really well from losing that first game 11-4. And he's still just clawing onto a lead in this third game, in this race to 5. Oh, the net cord not coming to Sean Lai's rescue there, and it's 7 each. The fine margins at this level, 2 incredibly, supremely talented youngsters here in the P1 and P2 category. Oh, just hesitated there and didn't get the right connection. So for the first time in a while, he led 4-2, and since then he's been trailing only to hit the front maybe at the right time here. 8-7, Thaddeus. What a forehand again. Fist pump from Sean Lai to get it back to 8 each. Now Sean on serve. Just building up to that forehand again, but it's into the net. Big point this now. Ah, and Thaddeus just, I don't think he thought that was coming back. And Sean Lai takes a crucial point to make it 9-all. So whoever wins the next point will have game ball. Oh, wonderful. Thaddeus Lim just exploding off the bat at the right time to give him a point to take a 2-1 lead in games. And he takes it out at the first attempt. 11-9, so is that going to be a turning point in this game? Thaddeus Lim leads 11-4, 9-11, 11-9. And he's 1 game away from a place in the final of the P1 and P2 boys category at the Crocodile Challenge Cup 2020. As he's straight over to that phone, getting some advice from his coach. And in contrast, Sean is just staying by the table, actually taking in another game that's being played on table 2. Standard is frighteningly high with these youngsters. We'll be showing you the P5 and P6 semi-finals in a while as well. Oh, the phone's nearly taken a tumble that Thaddeus is using for his coaching. Umpire getting things underway. Thaddeus Lim in the black and red on serve, and another good start to game number 4 for Sean Lai. He started well in games. He clearly likes to go for his shots, the number 4 seed, but he really needs to take ownership of this 4th game, otherwise his journey will end at the Crocodile Cup in the semi-finals. It's a very attacking player, Sean Lai. Thaddeus Lim a little bit more measured in sometimes when he decides to go for shots. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful from both players, and Thaddeus Lim comes up with a good point. Well, that's the first little bit of emotion I've heard come out the mouth of Thaddeus Lim. I think he knows that was important. And Sean Lai is going to start feeling the pressure now. As soon as he gets behind in this 4th game, as he has done now, the pressure's going to start to mount, and just starting to hear some emotion from Thaddeus Lim as he tries to close this out. And I think he's going to try and turn the screw now and bring this home. Remember, in the first game, he, in a blink of an eye, went from 6-4 to take it out 11-4. I wonder if he's now going to go through the gears. Sean, though, still in there pitching. Clearly a very brave paddler, not afraid to go for his shots early in rallies. And he goes for another one there to tie it up again at 5-all. So I might be right in the obituary of Sean Lai's Crocodile Challenge Cup 2020 journey a little bit prematurely. Very high quality. And it's the youngster from Red Swastika School who takes the lead again. And again, he just sets up that forehand and a backhand response from Thaddeus Lim. He's dealt with comfortably enough by Sean Light. He's out by 2 points. Is this destined to go the distance? Oh, very narrow angled serve from Thaddeus Lim, and it opened up. Cross court shot from Sean Light. Oh, wonderful cross table forehand from Thaddeus. And again, every time he seems to need to find a shot, Thaddeus, then he finds it. He's going to need to find another one now, because Sean Light still just has the edge here. 8-7 in the fourth. Misses with that forehand though. And now Thaddeus Lim just 3 points away from reaching the final. Service fault though at this stage of the game is pretty unforgivable. So can Sean Light capitalise? Hand was up already. They'll play a let there. Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because 2 game points for Sean Light to take this to a deciding 5th game, but he's service faulted on the first. That's unforgivable. So 1 game point has come and gone. Ah, wonderful. That was such an aggressive shot to play at that point in the game. And we will go the distance in the first semi-final in the P1 and P2 category at the Crocodile Cup. As Thaddeus Lim is straight over to get some more coaching, and as he has done throughout the game, Sean Light just keeping his counsel and watching some of the action going on another table. So we're going to go the full 5 games in our first semi-final. By the way, after this match, next on the table will be the 11 AM semi-final between Ellsworth Lee and Aron. That's at P5 and P6 category. So after this conclusion, there'll be a short break before we're back on the table at 11 AM. And if the P5 and P6 standard is anywhere near as high as this, we're in for a treat. This has been a really entertaining match. 2 all-in games as both boys tried to book their place in this afternoon's final. And it's Sean Light who was 1 down, 2-1 down, and levelled it up on both occasions. And he's making a very strong start in this 5th. Could be about to see one of the biggest shocks of the tournament so far if #1 seed Thaddeus Lim goes out. But the trouble with Sean Light's game, and I said the trouble, it's working for him okay at the moment. He's technically in the lead in this match, is he's so aggressive. He's so confident in going for his shots that his percentage play sometimes a little bit risky. Thaddeus is a much more conservative player, and I wonder whether over the course of what now is turning into a 5-game marathon, will it be the adventurous shot maker or the more conservative and calm approach Thaddeus Lim that comes out on top as Thaddeus goes in front in this deciding game for the first time. The way these boys cope with the pressure at this young age is wonderful to see as well. Oh, wonderful. His conversion rate when he goes for those big shots, Thaddeus Lim, is mightily impressive. Sean with a lower conversion rate, but he's going for those shots much more frequently than Thaddeus. He's happy to bide his time in a rally. Went quite early there with the cross table forehand and missed the mark. Just missed catching the edge of the table, and we're tied at 4 each. It doesn't get any more exciting than this. Whoever scheduled this match first up today on the TV table needs some kind of recognition, because this is wonderful. Sean again misses with the big forehand, and it's advantage Thaddeus once more. Thaddeus Lim from the Ai Tong school, and Sean Lai from the Red Swastika school. Great defense from Thaddeus, and he opens up a 2-point lead for the first time in this deciding game. Is he going to see this out now? Oh, wonderful from both. What a rally. But Sean just coming second best, as now Thaddeus Lim is starting to show the qualities that earned him the #1 seeding going into this 2020 Crocodile Challenge Cup. He's 4 points away from a place in the P1 and P2 category final. But Sean Lai is nothing if not resilient. He's a very composed character. He does go for his shots, but he doesn't show frustration when things don't go his way. He's got a game plan in his mind, and the game plan has to involve winning the next 2 points, I fancy, if he's going to cause the upset here. And the net cord sees a 3-point buffer once again for Thaddeus. Sean continuing to go for the shots, but now the muscles are tightening and they're just starting to go long or hit the net cord more often than not. 2 points away, Thaddeus Lim. But just when you write him off, Sean Lai comes back with another service over here. So service over. And into the net. It's such a shame. It's bringing about 4 match points for #1 seed Thaddeus Lim in a high quality affair to continue our coverage. 1 match point saved. Can't save the second though, and it's taken out in impressive fashion by Thaddeus Lim. He takes it out 11-7 in the 5th. He wins 11-4, 9-11, 11-9, 9-11, 11-7. High quality encounter. Both boys doing themselves and their schools proud. And it's Thaddeus Lim, the #1 seed, that's through to the final. Do stay with us. We'll be back on court at 11 AM Singapore time with Ellsworth against Heng in the boys primary 5 and 6 semi-final category.